Okay, here we go.
Oh, how you doing? You look
Hey,
cute. I like your hair. I
I'm not
I
doing
like
very
I
well
like your hair
today.
though. You look
I'm not
great.
doing very well today.
You look.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank you.
it's. I don't know where we
Where do we
even start.
start?
Swipe. Okay, swipe the comments, please, before we do start. Just swipe the con. Yeah, because it's just
I
me and
am,
you,
because
and just swipe
honestly,
the
I don't like
comments.
them.
Um,
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
so I don't know if you know, but I myself have personally blocked Greedy just from phone from con yeah from because there was something that
Wow.
happened with another lady who I know, real boss, and she got evicted from her house and he was going crazy, and then there was another lady he was
Right.
yeah and the other
Oh,
yeah, and then the other lady with the 4-year-old
I know
child
about.
that he said, does your mom know that she sucks my dick and kisses you on the lips and all that type of stuff. um
Hmm.
yeah, he said that to the 4-year-old baby,
That's crazy. I
the
didn't even know
4-year-old
he
child.
said that.
Yeah, and then I really wanted to
Wow.
be helpful
Wow.
and do
Wow.
X, Y, and Z, but I think there's substance abuse, so I think there's things that are just beyond me. And I did speak. A lot of people don't know that I had a phone conversation with him in the midst of some of the stuff before all that took place, and he still told me, he was like, I'm going to see my baby regardless of what's going on social media. I miss my child. I'm going to be. This was like a month ago. This was before the thing that happened with Real Boss in the
Right.
house with him saying all that. So I was like, he had his moment, but I didn't know all of that happened, and I thought him and you were still good because he said he was going to still see his child. But I blocked him after the Real Boss thing, so I'm gonna let you take the floor because
So I'm gonna keep you up to date with everything that's happened from birth to truthfully, because I've kept a lot of things quiet to now. Okay, he's never paid for anything, nothing. Like no Pampers, no wipes, no. Why do you think he was supporting so badly this registry? Why do you think so badly he was trying to get that registry? Because he's never sent nothing. He thinks the registry is what's gonna be considered as his receipts. That's how Abdul thinks. I haven't gotten not one thing from him, not a pamper, not a high chair, not a baby monitor. And his mom is the only one that's actually paid towards. It's like he used it one time when we got in an argument. He was like, "Yeah, my mom helped send for me." She's the
has he
only
still
one
seen the
that
baby
has
at
sent
all?
money towards Giassi. That's
Or
the only person.
have you
No,
spoken with him
the
at
last
all?
time he seen the baby was that last time. We just spoke. So here's the situation. He was lying about getting back with Jasmine to me and my mother. He even got my mother involved to try to like present himself as I would never go back to Jasmine, calling my mom trying to confide with her like I have nobody to talk to. And my mom even said if he went back to Jasmine and talked shit on me, she would go on live with me. And I'm gonna get my mom on here too on this app. She says she's okay with that. So it's about to go down today. So anyways, so my mom's getting phone calls from him saying I would never go back to Jasmine. I love my son. I could see myself with Nikki, like all this, right? As he's on the train back to Atlanta telling everyone he got his own crib, but really you're living with Jasmine and her new cat. And what really set the alarm that he was living with her was yesterday when people was comparing the cat, right? And my mom sent me a screenshot today, like, "Hey, how do you want to go moving forward?" And sent me a screenshot of the cats. And I said, honestly, mom, let's just leave it alone. I texted Abdul today, and I said, at this moving forward, you are prioritizing a female over your son. There's nothing, no messages I can't share that he's trying to. I got. Sorry, someone was calling me. But at the end of the day, there's no messages that I can't share that he's trying to threaten me to use against me. So at the end of the day, like, you can sit there and use against me that I'm texting you multiple times, cool. But at the end of the day, the only common thing that's holding me from not texting you is your son. At this point, I'm texting you when I got to get out, and I'm done with you. I'm going to court. Like, so I texted him that today, and I said, you chose a female over Giassi. I said, I'll see you in court, and that's that. You're blocked. And he started talking to me about me on live, saying that he even took it far enough to sit there and say that my last ex-boyfriend that I just recently had, he sat there and tried to say that I was taking Giassi with me to do drugs with that person. So that's when I went ahead and went on live and explained myself, because what am I about to do, letting somebody sit there and say that I'm putting my son in something like that? How dare you? And saying he's going to get joint custody, put CPS on me. How are you going to put CPS on the only person taking care of your child right now? How dare you? Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't putting on money. You ain't sat there and put energy in the last month to see your son. You've seen a 4-year-old to a girl that's not even yours, and you've seen a kitten more than you've seen Giassi. How does that work?
How old is the baby now? 2 months?
Oh, almost 2 months. Only seen
Was
his
was
son twice.
was he at least like trying to FaceTime, or at least trying to, before all this shit went down? Was he at least like
I
trying to
have to
make it?
FaceTime. He FaceTimes me out his way occasionally, but I'm always the one. Like, that's why he tries to expose me. And, like, all the times where I call him to see his son and stuff like that, he will sit there and use that against me as, like, oh, she's trying to get back with me. She wants me. Da da da. But who is the one whispering in my ear, and even to my mother, saying you could see yourself getting married to me? You want to get back right and start a family? Like telling people that. How could you sit there and expect me to sit there and think that, like, you're doing all this behind closed doors? Like, you're getting back with Jasmine. How was I supposed to know that? Like, you were basically playing Jasmine in the sense, because you was just texting me on the train ride asking me to send you pictures, not nudes, but like pictures of myself, like looking cute. And that's what he was gonna expose me. Like, swear to God.
He, do you, I'm not gonna lie to you. I truly think Cash is, there's some type of substance going on here,
I do.
and I'm
Oh,
not
no,
gonna lie.
no, no, no. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. I don't even care. Yes, there is a substance going on, and I witnessed it myself, and that's why I had to separate myself for a long time. So you know what? I'm not even gonna get into it, but just know I had to sit there and have a conversation with my mother, saying, "Is this something that I want for myself?" Because yes, there is something going on, and I'm not gonna talk too much shit. But honestly, I don't want to get, because courts are now involved. But just know, yes, 100%.
I'm gonna say, I don't think it's a bad decision to try to keep him away from. I just think for me, and just tell me if I'm overstepping my boundaries, and I will
No,
shut
you're not.
myself up. But you being a supportive, wanting to be a good mother, I think it's more stressful for you to even let him around your child right now, y'all's child,
Right.
in the state that he's in, and then he's also with the
100%.
woman. He's with the woman that was wishing death on y'all's child.
Literally. And that's where I can't respect him. Like, at that point, once you did that, you're not even sitting there and disrespecting me at this point. You just disrespected your son. You didn't sit there and disrespect me. I'm not worried about if you get back with another female. I'm not on that type of time with you.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you are okay with somebody looking at somebody on a screen or wherever that person is, and has that idea that you calling your child ugly, calling your child all this stuff. You just disrespected your son, and you have to owe that apology in the future to your son. I don't have to do that. I don't have to, and I'm getting chills talking about this because it's so sad. Like, my son
Yeah.
is such a good person. Like, my son, I can already see he's gonna be a smart kid, and it's gonna be really sad when my son is smart enough to read between the lines and see who his father really is. It's gonna be very sad. It's very
Well,
saddening.
I just hope by the time your son gets to the point where they are able to comprehend things, that this will all be a thing of the past. But right now, you need to keep him far away from him, because I don't think
100%.
he's in. I think, and I had no clue that you saw him with the substance, like actually while the
No,
ba-
because
while the
who's been defending him, Zeus? Who always
no,
defends
yeah,
him on his app now? Me? So
yeah,
why would I sit there and take me defending him and then switch it up and just say all this
yes,
bad stuff about him?
exactly,
I
exactly.
don't do
I
that. I'm
agree.
not a fake person.
Yeah, and you're not for social media. I've had conversation with you behind the scenes, and you really are just someone who, You don't need to be back together with him. You're just someone who's looking for the father of your child to be the father to your child. You really don't give a fuck what he. I think, and I think what people need to understand is you really don't give a fuck about everything else he does as long as it does not involve your child. And that's where now
Right.
you're like, okay, I'm going to take legal action because now this is involving our baby, our child. And you need to set it up to make sure that in the future you are in a position to legally and financially be able to take care of your child, regardless of what
Of
their baby father
course.
wants to do.
Of
You know what
course.
I'm
And that's
saying?
what I've been doing since I've had my son alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and people are sitting there saying like, and I don't even care. I already swiped back to the comments. I don't care. I'm gonna just address something really quick. At the end of the day, yes, I did want him to live with me at a certain point, 100%. At the end of the day, I want somebody in this live to honestly sit there and, if they have their own opinions, I just want to ask a question. If you sat there and knew that you could possibly fix something for your child to have a family and a well-being
Yes,
home, you
yes,
would do that,
yes.
right?
Absolutely,
Right. But
absolutely. If
after a
somebody,
certain point,
yes,
exactly, after a certain point of being manipulated, by being disrespected, that all goes away. What really
yes,
set me off was you
yes,
sitting there disrespecting your son by being
yeah,
back with a female and confirming it and lying to me, confirming that you're lying to me yesterday. That's what sat there and really just demolished this whole idea in my head, trying to get back to anything like that. Because honestly, you just show you don't care about me or your son. Fuck me. But honestly, I can even say that. Fuck me for a second. Your son. Your son. You disrespected the one person that I was doing it for. I won't doing it for me. I was doing it for Giassi. And now that you just threw away his like whole respect as a human being, as your son, I can't respect you anymore. And that's just how I feel. And
yeah.
it's
Well,
sad that
you
I
have.
have to even. It's sad that thousands of people, almost 2,000 of people, are having to sit there and see a situation that's very realistic in real life. And this is a sad case of many where people sit there and have to tolerate somebody that doesn't want to be a parent. But honestly, at the end of the day, I can speak on myself for a second, and I'm gonna make sure, regardless of what Abdul does, that my son's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let my son sit there and feel even though he's only 2 months, I'm not gonna let my son sit there and have to live with, not having bad two parents. At least I can say that he has good one. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I can sit there and speak on myself. I don't even care at this point what he does. If he wants to go sit there and be with a woman like that, I hope it's worth it. That's all I can say. Because at the end of the day, that woman is temporary. She's not there forever. And she made it clear when y'all broke up the first time. And that's not my business. But just know that you chose somebody that was temporary compared to a love that's forever. Your child is going to want to love you forever. And I've already felt that love. I felt love in my heart with my son. I bond with him every day. I feel the love with my son. I know my son will never stop loving me because I'll never stop loving him. And I know Giassi in the future, when he gets older, I know he's not going to sit there and hate his dad, but I know that he's not going to be happy. And that's what I tried to prevent. And I
yeah.
can't prevent anyone's actions anymore. I can't be that little good angel in somebody's ear to try to steer away from the negativity. At that point, you just got to realize that that person just likes to see the negativity. They
Well,
like to involve themselves.
I will say this, y'all in the comments talking about she hurt, she mad, she this and that. She never denied that she wasn't hurt or mad or upset. She was more upset, and I think she just said this. She's not denying all of that. So y'all trying to make that as something Kiki and Kai Kai, but that's not a jab. She literally said, "I'm a woman who thought that I was going to be able to fix or be able to, start anew with someone who made mistakes, who was attempting to try, but lying to me."
Right.
And I think any human being would literally say, okay, this person is showing some type of effort for my new 2-month-old child. So regardless of everything they've done, I'm going to give them a chance because she's not thinking of herself. She's thinking of the relationship for the child. And I think any human
Right.
being would love to do that. And I think what she's upset about is the fact not that he's doing the same fuck shit he's been doing, but that he was lying to her and is with
Yeah,
someone who
and my
directly
mom.
is
And my mom.
and and who legitimately is directly saying something. Now, I think, I correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, if he got back with the woman, whatever, yeah, she'd probably be whatever upset, but she'd carry on. But if he didn't get with someone who directly was disrespecting her child, thank
Sending
you,
jabs
AOE.
at Giassi. That's uncalled for.
That's a different story. And I think that's where her frustration and anger is coming from. Like, you are now blatantly choosing to be with someone who legitimately is disrespecting what we created and built together and who we love. So I agree with you. I'd
Right.
be pissed off too.
And this is another thing. Y'all are basically like seeing only what somebody allows you to see on the screen. Remember that. At the end of the day, if someone's feeding you lies on a text message, unless they show you those receipts, then you're not going to know what's really said to make somebody feel like that there's a chance. Y'all probably just sit there and see me on the screen like, dang, like, why is she so mad? Like, yeah, she probably really did want him. But think about it. What was I being said on those messages? What was my mother telling me on calls that she was having with Abdul? What was the content of it? It's not about somebody wanting to be with somebody like all, excuse my language, to all these other girls sitting there trying to, in that situation, y'all have seen a lot of girls with tied to Greedy try to sit there and actually want to be with him romantically. There is a time and point where I did want to be with him romantically. Honest to God, I'll be honest. But that slowly steered away into romantic to trying to bring a family together to just not even want to be around him at all. That's the truth.
So your mother knows about everything that's going on too?
100%. She probably is watching me right now. Like, hi, mom. Like, like for real. Like, and it's just funny because it's like my mom has really sat there and she doesn't say much, but she's very observant. She'll come on here and she'll watch little stuff to take for herself because remember what I just told you she said. She gets calls from Abdul. She hears this stuff. So she personally even had her own kind of like what's the word? She had her own guesses, her own doubts. That's the word. She had her own doubts on what
Have
was
you
being said to her.
have you spoken with his mother, who's now who was so gracious to be on the side and so, ooh, my son is this and I knew all this, but now disowns him? I don't know if you know, but his mother was literally talking about, I'm not inviting that devil in my house, and I'm not inviting, I think is a heavy reason why he might be spiraling as well,
I
because
feel
of
like
his
his
mother's.
mom, I feel like, and I don't know, I can't speak for Lachelle. I don't know how Lachelle feels. But
Yeah.
what I feel like is a main thing for her is I feel like she feels like she like that's his mom. Okay, so she's connected to Giassi through I'm gonna start one more PK with you.
Yeah.
But basically like connected to Giassi is on Abdul's side, right? So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I feel like Lachelle feels like the reason why she can't connect to Abdul anymore is because she feels like like he's pushing away her role as his grandma, and like she hasn't even really like reached out to me either. I've tried to reach out to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like she's uncomfortable. She
Yeah.
feels
Well, she's
uncomfortable because of his own
well she
actions.
I will say this. I will say this though. She has made it. It was funny, Nikki, because she went from saying that's my son, so great, is new opportunity, to calling him the devil, saying she won't allow him up in the house, saying that she would never, blah blah blah. So it was just like a complete switch once he made one or two mistakes. I'm going to say this to you openly. You're a better role model and a better parent than his actual mother is.
Thank you. I appreciate
You
it.
are. You are. You are a better role model and parent. Thank you, Maniac, than his mother is. And I want to say this to you. Do what you have to do offline. Talk your shit online because you are entitled to it. Have you already gone to court?
Oh wait, my mom just sat there and said, I guess she's on here. She just said this is Nikki's mom. Wait, is there a way I could get her on here really quick to speak her piece?
Yeah, we could do a. We could do. Is she here?
Yeah, she is here.
Okay, we could do a three versus three. I'm gonna D-line you and I'm gonna reline you in a second. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Oh Lord. Thank you guys. Thank you. I don't know if that's a real account or not. We'll figure it out right now.
Oh, oh wait, never mind.
Hey, love.
Okay, so how do I do this to add her?
I can add her on my side. Is it a Do you see where her ID is?
Yeah, it's like a
Is it
number
is it
one
her
though.
real is it her
So hold
real
on.
ID? Just making sure it's really her. Can she?
She don't use a host or anything. No, my mom, I know it's her because she doesn't have an actual account. Like she just,
Okay.
come, mom,
Can you
comment
comment?
again. Say something that you know only I would say, mom. So that way I know it's you.
Well, she has to comment again.
I don't use this. Yeah, it's my mom. It's my
Can
mom.
you can you read? Can you
It's my
click on her
mom right
Can
there.
you
It
click on her
says I don't
profile
use
and read her
this.
ID for me?
Yep, 832121056.
They said she rejected my invitation.
Wait, what? Mom, hold on. She gonna say
Can she
something in
come
this
over
call,
here?
bitch.
Can you
Hold
come
on.
over here and follow me, mom?
Let me let me
Yeah.
text her really
I would actually like to speak with Lachelle as well because I'm a little bit. I would actually like to speak with Greedy's mother as well.
quick. Okay, hold on. I just texted her. She said she doesn't know how.
Um, she can come over, click my profile, and then click where it says the live on the bottom right, and you'll come into my live, and then wherever she's at, she can click my profile, and then she can click over to where it
Okay.
says live on the bottom right, and she can come into my live and then comment, and when she comments, I can add her up.
Okay. Mom, if you're hearing this, listen. Yeah, mom, if you're hearing this, listen to what he said. Click on his profile, click
Trying.
on the
I sent
live, and
message
then
to
he
you.
can
Okay,
add
the
you
eight
up
three
on
two
there.
one
And you
two
gotta accept
one
it.
zero five six eight
Yep, that's her.
321211056. Okay, I'm gonna click invite, love. I'm
I don't
clicking
care if they
invite and
screenshot my
accept the
mama trying
invite
to
if you
troll her because
can.
she pretty. What are they gonna say about my
Uh,
mom?
it's in, it's inviting her now, so she should,
Accept the invite, mom.
yeah, accept the invite. It's inviting her.
Okay, mom, you gotta accept the live. Let me text her to accept it. To accept it. She don't know how to work this shit. She said failed to join live.
No response. It says try another one. Okay, can she type it?
Yeah,
She
she
might have to
said
come
it
out and
failed to
come back
join.
in. But we could also switch to a panel when I'm
Okay.
finished with this. Yeah, so then if it doesn't work,
Let's do a panel.
but we have 6 minutes left here. So you have already gone to court.
So I haven't already, like, honestly, this just spurred up in a couple of days. So like now it's just more or less like talking and acting on us talking. So me and my mom, like today, we've already talked a little bit more of like what we want to do moving forward. But like I'm gonna honestly like talk a little bit more about that. I feel like when my mom's on there because my mom really like she knows the ins and outs and what she's really like been trying to help me as far as like, like when to put in that court, like what's the word, like
Yeah,
kind of like that, like okay, now you have to really do something. Like we've been trying to give him leniency to do this on his own, and my mom's been guiding me of like what I feel like, what we feel like is best based on how he moves. But I feel like my mom and I are really at this point where
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm done.
it's not my place to intervene at all, so I won't say too much. But I think there should be a point that clicks in your head for you
Of
that says
course.
enough is enough. For you, just for the safety and protection of your child and moving
Yeah.
forward, because you might have to take step. If, like you said, if you can be that
Of
person to love
course.
your child and give them the care, then do that. And if somebody, it would be, it, I know, just in the back of your mind somewhere, you would just hope maybe in a year, maybe some months down the line, that he would be in a position to better take care of his child. But right now, he's not. I don't think he can take care of himself. And honestly, I've had to. You blocked him. I blocked him myself.
And I was gonna say you're right. No, I was gonna say you're right on what you just said. Like, and at least like someone can kind of like read that. Like, my problem is I'm too caring, and I feel like I'm a person that's very easily to be walked over because I give people chances, and I've had to learn like in these last couple of months to a year, sadly, that like even I feel like it's been a really hard decision between giving people chances and like what role that he's supposed
Hmm.
to sit there do on his own between me trying to do it for him. And I feel like I've been trying to like do both roles because I'm so caring and still trying to get him to do a role that I'm already doing. And I feel like at this point, like I can't let that happen anymore. Like I'm just too like that's my problem. Like he feels like that I'm not gonna do anything. He feels like that I'm just gonna still try to text him to work things out. Like he doesn't feel like I would really sit there and lay the hammer down because I'm so caring. And I feel like now like honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. At least I'm an honest person. And I feel like now he's seeing that I'm not kidding anymore. I'm very for
Yeah.
real of how I feel and I want the best for my son. So at this point, like I feel like, you're right. I need to stop
Well,
being
you
so
know what?
caring
You
towards
know
that
what?
situation and let it
And
go
to
for
your
what it
child, you know
is
what?
and
It's easy
focus
for us
more
to
back
say
into
because
the
we on social media have seen what Greedy does with a lot of these individuals. You have not, and you have had a child with him, so you have an everlasting connection. So it's easy for us to say because honestly, what's going on with you has gone on with a lot of individuals in his life, but the only difference between you and this scenario is there's a child involved. The other ones there was not that third party. But what's going on with you is no different from a lot of different females.
exactly.
It's just a lot of different females would have got a clue
Hmm.
and got, not been gullible to try to make something keep happening and they would have moved on to whoever. You have a different connect, which is why it's easy for a lot of people to be like,
Exactly.
girl, you so dumb, girl,
Exactly.
you so no, you're a human being that is sadly being brought into the social media world that we live in on
Right.
this app without knowing what's really going on. Because what's happening to you right now is nothing far from not normal from this individual at this point. Um, but you have a
Because I hear repetitively the same actions being made. And honestly, at first, like that's the thing. Like you got to be careful of what you hear on this app and then putting it into what you believe. And then that's another thing. Like, imagine somebody that knows this app so well and I'm just now getting used to this app that he already knows how to move from when people tell me things of what's going on with this app and how to steer me away from thinking that it's actually true. So when people were telling me, like, for example, that he was getting back with Jasmine, he did a very good job at hiding and lying that he was really getting back with her, and he took it farther enough to even get my mom into the
but
lie.
what was he?
So
What was
it's
he even
like
like? What was he?
certain things that
What
I
was what
heard, I
possibly
didn't
could he
try
have been
my like
telling you to like even steer you away from it? Well, and getting your mom involved, baby, that is a smart move because then if you are telling me something and my mom is confiding, then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, and my mom is yeah. But like, what was he telling you? That
exactly,
motherfucker got one way with his
exactly.
words.
Um, he was telling he was telling me that right now is not a good time for a family, but he feels like at some point he wants to settle down and start a
And
family.
that
He
could be,
even
and
said it to my mom,
that
like,
could be true. That could be
and
true. But
he
I do think
but the part that wasn't is that he was very prominent on saying he was not going back to Jasmine. Like he knew what it meant if he went back to her. And my mom even said, I want no part of you if you go back to him or her. So at the end of the day, he tried to sit there and like he could have just been honest and we would have already been had this live and we would have already been like over it. Like it's the fact that this is built up of a lie and the way it was addressed and I had to find out. I asked you on a personal level and that would have made me a little less like even though like I'm more able to talk to you. That's the better way of putting it. It would have made me able to communicate with you more about the situation, why you went back to her, why you feel like this is a smart idea.
hold up. I'm
You
sorry.
didn't even
Hold
give
up,
me the
Cash Nikki. Hold
respect
up,
to
hold up.
tell me, as the
Let me tell
mother
you
of your
bitches in these
child, that
comments something right motherfucking now. And I never really address the comments and we not muting the comments. If I have a motherfucking child with anybody and they go and literally
hmm
shack up with someone who threatens my child, disrespects my new baby, wishes death on my child, bitch, I have every right to motherfucking wear them and the motherfucker that they went back with out. So y'all shut y'all's fucking mouth before y'all talk because if y'all got kids, y'all know damn well you be the same motherfucking way. And how she is right now isn't even half of how upset y'all would be if you was with somebody who lied to you and went back to somebody who was disrespecting your child. So check yourselves before you talk about somebody else, bitch.
Thank you, Zeus. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I could be just going off. Y'all couldn't probably even understand what I'm saying, cursing, all that. But here I am being a civilized woman, not girl, not bitch, woman, and coming to y'all on this app and at least speaking my piece since y'all already involved. Like, that's another thing. I I don't really know moms that I talk to of my friends that have the situation where people are up to date with their lives and how they move every day and like stuff like that. So yeah, at the end of the day, this is still new and kind of weird to me, right? But at the end of the day, at least I'm not showing y'all where I have gotten mad to the point where I want to fight, and I'm not like looking immature. I'm not handling myself in a way where y'all aren't seeing my point be across. Because if I came to y'all in that type of time, y'all just think that I'm a ratchet,
Does
crazy
your
baby mama mad. Honestly. And at least I'm coming to y'all. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm a baby mama. I'm crazy too. But at least I'm not about to sit there and show y'all all that and make a fool of myself on this app. I'm
and
gonna
you
hold
have
myself as a
and you
mature
have and
woman
you
like
have
I
and you're going to
should
be
to get
blessed
my
for
point
doing that and
across.
continue doing that throughout along the way, because it's more than just about you getting on social media and looking and sounding crazy for these people to record a video to kind of give the same energy that the man that you're kind of having an issue with is given. You're getting on here and you're presenting yourself as such, and it will come back as a blessing, as it has been with that young child. Now, is your mom here? Does she still want me to do the panel?
Yeah, she wants to do a panel. Everyone's saying that they want to talk to her. So I know she's up in the
Okay.
comments. She said she
I'm
was
gonna
able to like try and do a
I'm gonna
panel, I
do a
think.
panel, and
So I
you
mean,
guys
yeah,
can
it
come
wasn't
over.
working.
You would end your live and come over to mine's. Is that okay with you? Okay. All right, love. When I do a panel, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, cause it's giving a hot mess, and y'all can tell him right now. When we do a panel, if Greedy wants to come over, he can come over. If the other girl that he's with, whoever her name is, wants to come over, she can come over, because why is she wishing death on someone's child? I'm just going to say, right, yes, absolutely. We're not kicking and muting, because y'all doing this on social media, so we're going to handle it on social media at this point. And I'm going to let each person, including the mother, say their piece. But